Thank you very much, Anuj. And first, let me add my welcome and my vanakkam to all of you who are joining us today. This is Capital Circuit, the first curtain raising event on India's debt markets, hosted by Yubi, or Credit Avenue as we always used to know it, and Yubi as we look forward to looking at it. I don't want to get into the details of what's going to happen in today's amazing set of programs for the day and for the day tomorrow as well. The level of speakers, the subjects that are being covered are fabulous. And I look forward to hearing the speakers in every single dimension of the vast opportunity that India's debt markets present. And UB, as a presenter of the operating system, has a potential to participate in. But I want to speak only about one thing, and that is the inspiration for this event, the inspiration for this company, and most importantly, the inspiration for all of us who believe strongly in India. India has done something very exceptional, which all of us are aware of every minute of the day, and that is to create a set of public digital infrastructure that is transforming the nation, starting with the famous Aadhaar and JAM, moving on to GSTN, moving on to OCAN, moving on to ONDC in the future, and the health regulatory authorities, National Medical Digital ID, Health ID. We have a public infrastructure for digital enablement, for including 1.4 billion Indians in the journey of prosperity and growth that no other country has to take from. This has resulted not only in India becoming the world's third largest startup and innovation hub, but enterprises from micro, nano enterprises to medium, large enterprises aggressively adopting digitization in every single sphere of their activity. So this combination of digital infrastructure, innovation from companies like UB led by Gaurav, and the growth of digital in every nook and corner of Indian enterprises and individuals have resulted in something fantastic happening. And that is 350 million more Indians who will be joining the digital journey from what we today call BPL over the next 20, 30 years. It is no doubt that what we started off as a 5 trillion target for GDP is now talked about as a 10 trillion target for India's 100. And recently I noticed the Minister of Commerce referring to it as a 30 trillion target sometime in the future. All of this represents only one thing. It represents social, economic, and personal freedom for those 350 million Indians who are at the bottom of the pyramid as we speak today. Our brothers, our sisters, our family, and our friends who need to be liberated. And this is happening because of companies like UB who are creating the lending ecosystem, the debt operating system to make this possible. We have been very fortunate in this country, as I said earlier, to have a government with a vision to enroll private sector participants to help design this digital ecosystem like Mr. Nandan Nilankeni, who have set a regulator like the Reserve Bank of India, which has been very, very swift to adopt fintech, creating its own fintech department, a deputy governor who looks into fintech in great detail, RBI Technology Innovation Hub to add to Ribbit and IFTAS and IDBRT to the digital infrastructure the Reserve Bank has, and a governor who's constantly looking at how digital can transform financial inclusion and build the pathway, the highway to India's 10 trillion and $30 trillion dreams. In this setting, a company like UB and with founders like Gaurav have a very, very important opportunity to transform India, starting with their co-lending, which became a unified lending interface with collection, with pre-approved MSME loans. And think about it, MSME loans represent about 18 trillion rupees of lending out of India's 110 or 120 trillion book. MSMEs contribute nearly 40% of the GDP, and yet they only represent half the loan book. Clearly, access to MSMEs will be enabled with powerful ideas like pre-approved loans that UB is ready to present. This journey, I think, is going to be transformative for India and transformative for the players who are creating the ecosystem. I look at this as the 4D approach. We need to first, and we are in the active process of demystifying the entire regulatory framework thanks to the Reserve Bank of India and to the initiatives of the government hand in hand with the industry. Demystifying it by coming with clear regulations for lending, for fintechs as is taking place. We need to digitize it, which is what Yubi is doing, as are many other outstanding startups that India is happy to see and privileged to have. After the digitization, we end up with democratization. With UPI, we have seen it every day. We're going to see it a million times a day with co-lending through UB and through the pre-approved MSME loans and other products that people like UB are bringing to the forefront. These 3Ds bring us to the 4th D, which is the 350 million Indians who are left out of the economy, realizing the India dream that all of us are sharing today. This 4Ds, in my mind, is what all of today is about. It's not about co-lending. It's not about UB. It's not about startups. It's not about innovation. It's not about fintech. It's not about regulation. It's about all of that. And most importantly, the fact that the Indian dream is being empowered by financial inclusion, which companies like UB are privileged to participate in and have the potential to play a role along with others in the ecosystem, transforming India. So I wish UB and I wish all of you a wonderful 2 days of inspiration, of stimulation, of ideas with which to empower us to go forward. And I must compliment the entire UB team, Gaurav particularly, to have put this event together. I think I see the list of speakers and I can't wait to listen to them and to see the summaries that they're going to present at the end of the 2 days. So I wish you all the best. Let's all partner together to make India's dream come true, work with regulators, work with the government, work with the startups, work most importantly with those in the MSME sector and those in the personal credit sector who need these loans at one touch, one button. The government has shown the way and startups have actually built a wonderful bridge and a wonderful road of the government. They are driving on that road of India to success. When you open the papers and see about national blockchain strategy and RBI asking banks to participate, I think we realize that with UB, we are in the right direction to harvest the bounty for the 350 million Indians. So congratulations, Gaurav. Congratulations to all of you. And I look forward to a great 2 days. Thank you.